Right guys, welcome back to the channel. If you do enjoy the content here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, of course, then as always, welcome back. Okay, then we're here then on the squad screen and following on from season number 1. Last season, not too bad of a good sort of start per se with the INEOS team. We had Magnus Sheffield probably being our main guy, winning that Ronde, winning that first monument of his career. Really was the main sort of point of our first season. Geraint Thomas, in terms of evaluation within the squad, you can see he's kind of dropping down now. He is 39 years of age. We gave him an extra 1 year to kind of lead the team as a wise head, as it were, in this transitional period as we look to a number of young guys that we've added to the squad. And also coming in was Adam Yates from UAE Team Emirates to kind of really take over maybe that main climbing role. I think when it comes to the Grand Tours, he alongside Carlos Rodriguez as well as Egan Bernal, these are really going to be the guys now that we're going to look towards, following on from Geraint Thomas, who himself actually had a very surprising third place finish in last year's Tour de France, which was very, very surprising. But nonetheless, as I say, he is now 39, so we're going to have to look to some of these younger guys. If we sort by age, you can actually see just how young this INEOS team is and how exciting it is. I mean, at 24 years of age, you've got Carlos Rodriguez, but then we've got the likes of Lewis Askey, Ben Tyler, Thomas Galogue, another guy that we brought in there, Archie Ryan, coming into the team as well, along with Mathieu Riquitello. And then we've got, of course, Magnus Sheffield, still only 23 years of age, and as I say, picking up that monument last season. We've got Luke Lamperti also joining us. And then we've got a couple of good young guys, Joshua Tarling and Andrew August as well. So super exciting team going forward. Lots of kind of American and British guys kind of spearheading this attack. But if we go back by evaluation, of course, we've still got Filippo Ganna, the Italian, who will be looking to do some good things for us this season. But other than that, very, very good stuff. Very happy with the guys that we brought in. We've already gone across to pre-season. We've set everyone to normal pre-season. We're not going to push them too hard. And then we've gone ahead and we've brought in a couple of guys, Bates, Kinor, Bauer, Kerrison and Kinor, coming in as extra coaches. And they've all now been set up. So our kind of relationships in terms of trainers and riders are back up to full 5 stars. And that's all set for the season. Over in the planner, that's already been sort of set up, mostly about 90%. Got to do some fine tuning as there's a little bit of congestion here and there. But for the most part, we're pretty much set where we need to be. If we look through to the Giro, we have got Carlos Rodriguez probably going to be spearheading an attack on the Giro alongside Egan Bernal, probably sharing kind of duties, and then depending who does the best will kind of probably lead the way. Sheffield going there as well, along with Ghana. And also Geraint Thomas, KV and Eddie Dunbar. And then we move across to the Tour de France. It's likely to be Adam Yates again spearheading our attack there, as he now becomes our main guy. He's going to have some good support. I think I need to adjust this a little bit to make it a little bit more competitive for Yates, to make sure he has the right support, but it does look promising. And then we move across to La Vuelta, and it is probably going to be Carlos Rodriguez in his home country going to be spearheading that attack for us. But nonetheless, a very exciting season ahead. Everything's in place. We're going to have to set up a training camp in just a moment, and then once we're done there, we can get this season 2 underway. Right, let's head over to the training camps then, like we said, and make sure we get a set up for the season here. So the typical one is always going to be in Italy, which I think for this one, that was going to be in March. But here we've got Lucca in Italy from January to October. So pretty much open during the full part of the season. Let's go into there, invert selection. All the riders all together, training together, getting some team bonding down, and we will confirm that. And also, if we go back into reservation, something else I want to look at here are the training camps for the Tour de France. And here we've got stages 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18 all lined up here in a May training camp. Very mountainous, hard stages, and I think what we're going to want to do is look at booking some of our guys for this. I think we will confirm there. So that's another one done. And then also in terms of La Vuelta, making a booking here as well. I'm hoping potentially Rodriguez is going to be available. Yes, he is, as is Geraint Thomas, as is Egan Bernal and Youngles. So yeah, we've got some great availability here for a La Vuelta training camp as well. Let's try and get that booked in. And we're going to go into here, Carlos Rodriguez, Sheffield, Geraint Thomas, Thomas Kalog, and I think Bernal again is going to round up our main training camps for this season. All right, guys, then before we head into the season, we need to look at our rider to watch, and I think we have to go with none other than Adam Yates. He's come in and he's really going to take that mantle as the leader of this team, as Geraint Thomas, of course, ages now and getting on towards that 40 years of age. Adam Yates' career highlights: IRL, a Tour de Suisse, a Tour de Romandie, a Clásica de San Sebastián, a Cycliste de Montréal, and a Volta a Catalunya. The honours that he's accumulated so far. So Adam Yates, our rider to watch here in season 2. Okay, so we've just got into March and I've just stopped off at the moment because I want to try and see if we can put some money back into the team. Our balance at the moment just shy of 2 million euros. So we can't really go anything too heavy on team because, I mean, if we look here, optimized ceramic bearings is going to be 420,000, another 525,000 for chain processing, and 315 for materials to help with Cobblestone Classic. So, but I think one thing that we can do is look at investing for high performance tires for everyone. I think that will give us a decent investment across the board, and then aside from that, I'm thinking if we can do something like a time trial or wind tunnel investments for some guys. I think maybe the TT bikes is the cheaper option at the moment. So I mean, if we go into there, probably guys like Philippe Pagana we want to look at. Obviously Joshua Tarling is going to be another one, and then just looking through to see who else we might want to put that investment in. Fred Wright could be another one that maybe we can support in that area. Just trying to remember who exactly is going to be best in this field. Geraint Thomas, okay, I mean, age-wise, not necessarily the best investment per se, and I think that'll do it at the moment. That's going to be another 157,000 spent, so that brings us down to 1.23 million euros. Pre-transfer market time then for the boys here at INEOS. Right hand side guys, 12 guys up for end of contract this year. It's a big name for us: Magnus Sheffield, Bernal, Laurent Depleur, Andrew August, Ben Turner, Geraint Thomas, of course, who we just carried over for that 1 year, so he's going to be unlikely to sign for us beyond this year. But of course, much love to Geraint Thomas, fantastic rider. Watson, Swift, Langolotti, Youngles, Foss, and Rodriguez also out of contract at the end of this year. But saying that, on the flip side, left hand side here, some big names up for availability this summer. Ben Healy, we took of course Archie Ryan from EF Education into this season away from them last year, so now we're looking at potentially adding Ben Healy from EF Education to the team for season 3. Joe Blackmore is available potentially for talks from Israel Premier Tech. Simon Yates, brother of Adam, that we brought in this year, available from Team Visma potentially as well. Already, I think, 33 years of age at this current time, but nonetheless still a big name. Jai Hindley is up at Red Bull as well, and I think could be a potential fit for our squad. Quinn Simmons as well, very good on the flats, very good sprinter, the young American there. Finley Pickering as well, are available potentially at Bahrain. What is he now, 23, something like that. And TGH as well at Little Trek, becoming back available. And Ethan Vernon as well is our Premier Tech. That's another Premier Tech rider alongside Joe Blackmore that we could be targeting to bring in to the INEOS fold for season 3. We have used all the dossier points there to get this short list. Very exciting list, and very good on age as well. Very much a team that's going to play a part over 2-3 seasons into the future for sure. Some old guys here, back over here. Geraint Thomas 39, Bob Youngle's now 33. Some other guys getting into their 30s as well. Really going to have to make some decisions with regards to the likes of Egan Benoit if we carry him across. Yes, potentially if we let him go, we'd have people like Jai Hindley, Simon Yates coming in. So it's definitely going to be a decision-making process over these next coming weeks as to, once we get some dossier points back in the tally as to exactly how we work this. I think this is a definite short list, but with regards to who we bring back, I mean, definitely Magnus Sheffield should be a name that we bring in. Andrew August as well, don't want to lose him. And a couple of these other guys potentially will make it back for INEOS next year. But yeah, exciting times, guys. Let's see how we do. Okay, so it's the 1st of August, it's transfer season. We'll get into the dossiers and some transfer talks in just a moment. But before we do that, just a little bit of housekeeping that we need to do. We're back over in the training section at the moment. We can see here that Archie Ryan's relationship with Kennel has pretty much broken down there. So we're going to move him over to Bauer. Everyone else looking to be fairly happy with what they're doing at the moment. We're just going to move Eddie Dunbar over to Steve Cummings, and likewise probably we're going to move Kennel over to Bauer as well, just to keep things smooth there. Elsewhere, not really any changes that we need to make. I think everything here looking pretty good. A couple of sort of injuries in the team at the moment. Timo Aronson with a light injury there with a sprained wrist, but a perennial induration, whatever the hell that is, for Lucas Husky. So he's obviously feeling quite bad at the moment. But yeah, everything looking pretty strong with our team. Okay, so it's in terms of contracts and getting in some new riders, also we can see here a quite depleted squad as it currently stands in terms of contract expirings, etc. For 2027. So we need to move over to the dossiers here and then look at the list that we have amalgamated. Very similar to what you saw earlier in the episode, we've of course moved across Magnus Sheffield, Andrew August, Ben Turner and Samuel Watson as the riders that were going out of contract that we were looking to keep. We have added on another couple of names over the last few weeks in terms of bringing in other guys as well. Ethan Hayter, Ethan Vernon there, sort of filling out some of these spots. And then quite late, as we tried to bring in some extra dossier points to garner some interest, we did add Matteo Jorgensen there as well, the American riding for Team Visma Lease Bike, someone that we would also like to bring in, but his interest is only at 58%, so we might have to overpay to try and get him to join INEOS next year. Just going back over to the right side, what that means is then that Oscar Rodriguez, Tobias Foss, Bob Youngles, Victor Langelotti, Connor Swift, Geraint Thomas, of course, Laurent Depleur and Egan Benoit probably going to be the guys that we are not going to be bringing back in for next season. Geraint Thomas now 40, Laurent Depleur 30 years of age, Langelotti 31, Bob Youngles 33, Oscar Rodriguez 31. So some aging guys getting out here. Obviously Geraint Thomas, legend, love you, but yeah, it's time that we have to move on and start talking to some of these other guys. I think what we're going to do here is we'll probably start from the bottom and work our way towards Jorgensen at the top. So let's get into talking then to Ethan Hayter, 15,000 euros a month at the moment. Let's open some contracts talk with him. Actually, we do need to think about this, because we need to think about the number of points it's going to take to speak to these guys. So probably what I should do in retrospect is go to here, because we can see 10 points it is going to be to talk to Matteo Jorgensen. So I think we should actually start there. 27 years of age at the moment, so let's move that to 3 years. He is looking to be a leader for the team, and I think that's to be expected given his stats and what he's able to do. He's on 95,000 euros a month at the moment, and I think we're going to have to push beyond that to try and land him here. I think let's try and go, say, 105. Actually, let's go 110 at the beginning. Give him leader role, 3 years. He says it's a moderately attractive team for me, and that's understandable because we opened the dossiers late. Yeah, we're still a bit far off there. We can't obviously give him anything more than leader. We can give him the absolute sprinter role, but of course that's really not going to cut the mustard. 3 years, we're still somewhat far off here. I think we might have to go, say, all the way to like a 130. That's closer. We've only got one more shot here. I think if we put it to 150, we would be there, but I don't know, guys. This is a big one, and if we put him on this big contract, it could well mean, of course, that it will carry through to the end of this rebuild. But he's definitely, a rider that's got a lot of capabilities. 81 mounted, 79 medium, 78 hills, great across the board everywhere else. It's really just the sprint that lets him down, but stage races, climbing, puncher, and all the classics, Barrador, he just brings so much to the table. And I think with that, we have to say, that probably makes it worth it. Remco's on a crazy contract, like 200,000. So I mean, I don't know. Let's go for it. Let's do it, guys. Let's play 150,000 euros to Matteo Jorgensen, the 27-year-old from Team Visma Lisa Bike. Now we go into a contract situation in here with Ben Healy, the 25-year-old Irish rider for EF Education Easy Post. 48,500 euros a month for this guy. Absolute puncher. Just built like a rock. This guy is suffering with a broken hand at the moment, of all things. 25 years of age, so I mean, I'm more than happy to push that straight to the 3-year contract. He's on 48.5. That's already starting out at 67. I feel we'll push to 75 might be a good option here when we should get close. Yeah, it's close, but it's just not quite there. So I feel like we might have to move. We've already got one chance of this, so I might need to go a bit extra just to try and secure it. Let's go 90. Yes, we already had the two chances there to make it happen, so I've just gone a bit extra. I was going to go 85, but just adding on that extra 5,000, we are going to get Ben Healy to join INEOS. Okay, then contract talks with our young star, 24-year-old Magnus Sheffield, our monument winner from season 1, 27,500 euros. He is wanting more than that, quite understandably. 2 years. No, son, we'll offer you the full 3. Let's go 65. We've got 3 chances of talking with him. Close, not too far off. I think that might need to be 80 to make it happen. We've got another shot. Let's just reduce it. Let's go 75. And we do make it 75. I was going to go 80 again, but I just thought we've got 2 shots. Let's go 75, and it makes it happen. Magnus Sheffield will continue with INEOS Grenadiers. Andrew August up next then, the 20-year-old American, exciting rider for the future, already some amazing attributes, and as such we really need to secure him. Got 3 shots at this. Luxury teammate is what he wants. I'm going to put him on teammate and see if it works. I'm going to give him the 3 years, but to compensate for that I'm going to bump up to 30. And he's almost just there. If I can go 35... No, he does want that teammate. He wants the luxury teammate. Yeah, and we just had to give him luxury teammate just to push it over the line. We had that final chance to secure it, and I wasn't going to miss out on bringing the American back next season. Okay, over to then Joe Blackmore for Israel Premier Tech. Currently sat on €13,000 a month, and he also wants luxury teammate. That's very surprising. Let's just go back here. 80 in the hill, so puncher, yeah, very good puncher. Looking to be potentially a great rider in Northern Classics going forward as well, which is an area that I do want to sort of prop up a little bit more. The fact that he wants luxury teammate, though, a little bit surprised. What is he, 23 years of age? Got a lot to offer. Let's go 40,000. I think we'll be close. Yeah, that's going to be enough. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Joe Blackmore will be an INEOS Grenadier rider next year. Move on then to Simon Yates. Now, of course, Adam Yates already with us. Twin brother Simon here already now 33 years of age. So I think probably something like a 2-year offer here might be where we need to be. It says 1, I'm going to give him 2, and he's currently on 84, but start talks are here at 34. I think we're going to be able to reduce his contract quite a bit given his age and bring that down to €40,000 a month. Yeah, and we do. We might have got away with the 35, but just to get it over the line quickly and easily, I'm going to put 5,000 on there. So that's 2 years. Simon Yates will join twin brother Adam here at INEOS for season 3 next year in 2027. So now we're going to get confirmation of these guys signing here. We're going to be able to get to confirm on Jorgensen, Healy, Sheffield, August, Blackmore, Simon Yates, Turner, Quinn Simmons, Watson, Pickering, TGH, Vernon, Ethan Hayter, and Jai Hindley. So there we go, all those transfers locked in. There was 12 contracts running out for us at the end of this season. I think that's 14 contracts, including some re-signings due to come in. But exciting times ahead for this INEOS Grenadiers team. Okay, we need to jump in here and lock in our equipment suppliers. Pinarello is still loving working with them on the bikes. Their contract running out here, so we're going to re-sign with Pinarello for 2 years. So that is our frame supplier secured. And much the same likewise with the wheels. I'm just going to continue with Shimano wheels. And then over in the group set as well, we're going to continue with Shimano there as well. So we have to wrap up the season 2 then. All the races are said and done. A little quick sneak peek just from this top left corner before we dive into it, though. You see Andrew August taking the classification overall at the Tour of Guangxi in China. But let's head over to the main races and see what has happened this season. In the other classics, it's that man again, Magnus Sheffield, stepping up and providing the result needed for the team. It was his first monument last season when he took the Ronde, and this season he takes a classic at the Strade Bianche. Absolutely fantastic to see it. Still only, 23, 24 years of age. Absolutely love to see it. Wout van Aert getting a couple of results here with the E3 and again. Igor Arrieta, the youngster, stepping up at San Sebastian Classica. Remco's in there, Stephen Williams, Alex Zingel stepping up for the Weimar Cyclassique. Jasper Philipsen, Britannia, and Tadej taking the Cycliste du Quebec. In the monuments, no monuments then in this season too. Of course, it was the Ronde last year with Magnus Sheffield. Wout van Aert winning it this time around with Tadej second and Christophe Laporte in third place. Milan-San Remo was taken by Malin van der Berg, and the Paris-Roubaix taken by Mathieu van der Poel. Remco takes Liège-Bastogne-Liège, and Tadej takes Lombardia. Jumping into the national championships, nothing to look at here unfortunately for any of our guys this year, but we'll just keep that up on screen just for a moment to let you see the winners of those, and then we'll jump over to the Worlds and the European tier. Tadej takes the World Road Race, Remco in second, Jai Hindley in third. Jai, of course, joining us on a 1-year contract next year. Remco takes the time trial, Primož Roglič in second, but we do get a podium there with Filip Bogana taking third place. In the Euros, it's Jasper Philipsen taking the road race and Remco with another time trial victory. Over in the Tours then, and it was a Criterium de Dauphiné for Adam Yates in his debut season, or I should say in his returning debut season for INEOS Grenadiers. Fantastic, absolutely love to see that. Some other names stepping up here. There's Remco, there's Roglic, there's Pogačar, but a couple of other names. Maurice Schmidt taking the Renewal Tour, Bauke Mollema from Little Trek taking the Tour de Romandie, Jonas taking a nice Paris-Nice victory, and there's Roger Adria taking the Santos Tour Down Under. But love to see Adam Yates on that return to INEOS, ticking off the box at the Criterium. Fantastic. And guys, in the Grand Tours, absolutely unexpected. Oh my god, take a look at this screen, will you guys? Let's just start from the left and work our way through this. Giro d'Italia is taken by Jonas Vingegaard, Yamameda in second, but our boy Carlos Rodriguez, who had a really disappointing season in season 1, steps up and gets a third place. He also takes the mountain classification and the 25 and under classification with the white jersey there. In the La Vuelta, he continued that by taking the La Vuelta title, and not only that, but he did it in some style. Mountains, points, and the white jersey, all secured by Carlos Rodriguez. What a season here in season 2 for the Spaniard, for INEOS Grenadiers. Absolutely fantastic, but that does not compare to Adam Yates winning the Tour de France here in season 2. Oh my god, what a result. Tadej finishing in second, Remco in third, Roglic takes the polka dot, Jasper, of course, Jasper the Master taking the green jersey, and Juan Ayuso taking the white jersey. But we win a Tour de France here in season 2. I was really thinking maybe top 5, top 3 if we're lucky, get on that podium. I wasn't really expecting it, but Adam Yates takes the Tour de France. Let's have a look at that Tour de France then for a moment, guys, to see exactly how it is done. We need to show you this. So in stage 1, it was Remco and Ghana, Stefan Kung really setting the pace towards the end of that race. Remco beating out by our man Ghana by just 2 seconds. Pogačar in 4th, and there's Adam Yates in 5th. So very kind of close together in that initial first stage. We move on to Roskilde to Nyborg, and none of the boys up in the sort of like top 15, top 14 here that we can see. Much the same in stage 3 from Velge to Sondenburg, and then in stage 4 we do start to see some things happening here. Tadej taking that stage 4 ahead of Remco, and if we scroll down, you know, we started to see a bit of a difference here quite early on. You know, Adam Yates is going to be, you know, a little bit back there, losing a little bit of time. Stage 5, we don't see many of the climbers again in the sort of flat stage from Lille Metropole to the Arnaberg Porte Hornet, and it's Mathieu van der Poel taking the win. Stage 6 though, from Bichet, Tadej takes the win, but we lose another 9 seconds with Adam Yates here. Stage 7, again it's the same, it's another Tadej win, Adam Yates second, but we lose another 10 seconds. Stage 8, it's a Tadej win, but we lose another 13 seconds or whatever the top that is, with Adam Yates down in 7th. Tadej with another win, and we lose more time down in 7th. Another Tadej win in stage 10, and we're back in 4th, losing more precious seconds. And this kind of continued. You can see here stage 11 from Albertville to the Col de Granon. Of course, riding up, is it the Galibier on this stage? Yeah, is the Galibier, and then the Col de Granon is that final climb. But once again, you know, we're just a little bit further back. We're just losing precious seconds. We move into stage 12, and, you know, Pogačar is there same time as Roglic, but we lose more seconds as we finish back in 6th. The Flat Boys did their stuff again on stage 13, and stage 14 there as well. Stage 15 from Rode, much the same. And then we move back into stage 16, and this is where kind of things start getting, you know, towards the end of the tour. Roglic taking a stage, Pogačar and Yates together 13 seconds back. And then we saw this happen. Stage 17 from St. Gaudin, Adam Yates in second. Roglic took the stage, Yates was 19 seconds back, but we managed to cut into the lead of Pogačar Stage 17 in from St. Gaudens, Roglic taking the stage win, Adam Yates in second, but we weren't able to pull from Pogačar, who finishes in fourth in the same group. Move on to stage 18 then, which included that big HC category Col d'Aubisque climb, and Adam Yates excelled, winning the stage. Roglic in second, Remco in third, Tadej back in fifth, losing over a minute or around about a minute to us. Big result in the outcome of this tour. Stage 19 went to the flat boys again, so we weren't able to really do anything of major concern here. Stage 20 then from La Capelle Marival to the Rocamadour, and a flat stage, and absolutely surprising, Adam Yates is able to finish second on the same time as Remco Evenepoel. Van Ayuso also in that group, finishing in third, and then comes Carapaz. Nice to see him still doing well. But if we scroll down here, we have to get into 42nd place before we see Tadej Pogačar, who loses a minute 54. This all happening with one stage to go, and guys, we need to go to that last stage because it is going to be the Paris-La-Défense Arena to the Champs-Élysées. And you're going to see here that Adam Yates finished in 19th place. And when you look at that, you think, oh, it is all probably said and done because, look at these time gaps here. But as I say, we're scrolling down. There's Adam Yates in 19th, but we're not seeing Tadej Pogačar above that. Where is Pogačar then in the grand scheme of things compared to that? And I tell you guys, we have to scroll down to 46th place to see Tadej Pogačar, who's going to finish in a group that is 14:10 back. And when you compare that to us in 19th place in a group that was 13:48 back, I'm going to show you exactly what that meant. It meant that we won the Tour de France by 2 seconds. 2 seconds. We really struggled early on in this tour to keep close to Pogačar, who, as always, as you expect, just dominated. But those two stages, stage 20 and stage 21, Pogačar's loss of time, I just don't know if he just spent all of his energy so early in the tour. Whatever he did, I don't know, but whatever happened, Adam Yates is a Tour de France winner by 2 seconds. There's a recap of the team screen then, and we can see there's victories for a number of riders. Some riders a bit further down, not really doing anything. People like Bob Jungels, of course, Geraint Thomas is still with us, but he wasn't able to thrive this season. Egan Bernal as well, big rider that you think would step up and be able to do something for us this season, but just couldn't get it done. But here's the victories. Carlos Rodriguez leading the way, the 25-year-old Spaniard with 10 victories. Magnus Sheffield, another cracking season, now moves up to 16th ranked. Absolutely fantastic with 9 victories. Andrew August, the 21-year-old with 8 victories. And then Ricky Tello, another American there, another youngster with us, 24 years of age, 6 victories. Adam Yates, of course, Tour de France winner. Absolutely love to see it. 5 victories, 3 for Joshua Tarling, 3 for Lamperti. 2 for KV, Archie Ryan getting 2, Tobias Foss with 2, and then individual wins for Philippe Pagano, Lewis Askey and Ben Tullett. Of course, Adam Yates was our man to watch this season. 51 days raced, 5 victories, including that Grand Tour. That's his first Grand Tour now, that Tour de France. And he moves up to, I think, 7th now. Yeah, 7th in the world ranking, just looking on the side there. Started off with a Algarve race in Portugal. Nothing too spectacular. 4th place in Paris-Nice. Respectable. But, of course, we were hoping for more. No wins at the Azulia Basque Country. 4th and 5th in Liège and La Flèche, respectively. But then came that Criterium de Dauphiné in June, ahead of the Tour de France, really ramping it up then and getting stage victories at Grenade from the Col de la Loge and Amplé-Puy to Saint-Priest as well, and then getting the overall victory and the points classification at the Criterium. And then, of course, was the big one, the Tour de France, winning the overall classification and his first Grand Tour. That stage 18 win, of course, second in stage 20, and then despite finishing 19th in that final stage, Pogačar just lost so much time and we won by 2 seconds. What an absolutely fantastic season for Adam Yates on his return here to INEOS Grenadiers, and that Grenadiers, and that win. just highlights a fantastic season. Well done to him. Just want to highlight Andrew August as well. 21 years of age for the American and 74 days raced, heavy schedule compared to Yates. But 8 victories throughout this season. Good stats. I mean, Muscat Classic, UAE Tour, Gran Camino, all third places. Paris-Nice, third place. Absolutely love to see it. And he got the under 25 classification there at Paris-Nice as well. Second in the USA National Road Championships and the ITTs. Just a very solid season from a 21-year-old rider that's just doing great stuff. He won the Vuelta a Burgos there. Didn't get any stage victories, but did enough to clamp the overall classification. And again, the young rider, as you would expect in doing so, considering his age. And then there was a win at the Tour of Britain. Stage 1 from Aberdeen to the Glenshee Ski Centre, and then Redcar to Duncan Park. 2 stage wins, the overall victory, and again, because of that age, an under 25 classification. And then finished off the season, really one of the last races that any of our team had to compete in, and it was the Tour of Guangxi in China. Overall classification win, and there was a stage win in there as well at Nanning to the Machan-Nongla scenic spot. Fantastic from this 21-year-old, re-signing with the team for next season and beyond. And those are very solid reasons why we've done that. We should touch upon Magnus Sheffield as well, of course, a rider of the season in season 1 with that monument win last year at the Ronde. Comes into this second season with 9 victories over 65 days raced. Started off super well, again, that Strabianche in March, took the victory, and that was following on from a second place in the Gran Camino. Some other not so good victories per se throughout. There was an Amstel Gold Race 6th place, and then in the Tour of Poland, a 4th place overall, and also winning the young rider classification. And then he did take part as part of that team that supported Carlos Rodriguez's La Vuelta win, and you can see throughout the La Vuelta he did actually get a victory at stage 9 there from Montreal to Granada. Very, very good, very much love to see that. And not too bad. I mean, 9th overall in the points of classification, 6th in the under 25s, 12th place overall. But as I say, big support for Carlos Rodriguez, and just another fantastic season from this 24-year-old. And then we move on to Carlos Rodriguez, La Vuelta winner this season, 61 days race, bringing in 10 victories. First at the Étoile de Bessèges to the Tour de Gard, and then also getting another young rider classification. Just look at our team, guys. Carlos Rodriguez, Andrew August, Magnus Sheffield, etc, etc, etc. Just a bunch of young guys doing great things. And, we've still got another 3 seasons to go. Absolutely super excited to see what this team can do. But Carlos Rodriguez, very poor last season, no victories. But first in the Étoile de Bessèges race, 2nd at the Tour of the Alps, 3rd overall in the Giro, winning the mountain classification, went to La Vuelta, dominated across the board, and then, a little bit of a downer, just 12th place in the UCI World Championships. But coming off the back of this season, a very consolidated schedule, I would say. 3rd at the Giro, 1st in La Vuelta. What a season for Carlos Rodriguez. Just stopping by the end of the transfer market. We need to take care of some under 23 housekeeping in a moment, just to re-sign some of the guys that are currently there. Nothing special to talk of at the moment, but if we do find anyone as we continue through this rebuild, I'll let you know. But if we go further down, guys, look at the details from the end of the transfer market, and look at this. The biggest move of the autumn is probably that made by Alpecin de Koenig team, which has signed Remco Evenepoel from Soudal Quickstep. Remco Evenepoel is going to Alpecin de Koenig for season 3. That's crazy. I mean, congratulations to Alpecin de Koenig for pulling that off. But oh my God, how is that going to play out next season? Below that, here are some of the other biggest moves. Jorgensen, of course, going from Visma Lease Bike to us at INEOS Grenadiers for next year. Richie Carapaz now leaving EF EasyPost to go to Visma Lease Bike. So they are trying to, upgrade their team. There some more moves involving EF Education. Of course, Ben Healy will be joining us from them from next season. That follows on from us taking Archie Ryan throughout season 1 to join us here in season 2. Of course, Egan Bernal leaving us. He'll be then moving to Soudal Quickstep. So Soudal Quickstep losing Remco Evenepoel to Alpecin Koenig, but they are trying to fill some gaps by bringing in Egan Bernal. So good luck to Bernal. Love Bernal, fantastic rider. But, you know, our team is just moulding and moving in a slightly different direction. So good luck to him. And then Arnaud Delis, very, very top level sprinter, moving from Lotto across to UAE Team Emirates for season 3. So some big moves going on in the transfer market and some big surprises, but love to see it, and it's going to be an exciting season 3 next year. So before we head out of season 2, then just quickly touch base with the rankings. Tadej there, of course, at the top. Remco with a great season, finishing in at 2nd. Jonas Vingegaard coming in at 3rd. Carlos Rodriguez, though, 3rd place in the Giro. A La Vuelta win. He's going to finish the season in 4th. We'll have to see him up there. And then Adam Yates climbing a number of places to get 7th place in the end, of course, on the back of that Tour de France win. Absolutely fantastic. 2 guys in the top 10. And as we go over to the team rankings, of course, Tadej playing a massive part in UAE's overall points. But for INEOS Grenadiers, we can see here Carlos Rodriguez providing the most points over those 2 tours. A big 4,700 points from Adam Yates, winning the Dauphiné and the Tour de France. And then we've got Magnus Sheffield getting over 1,000, as does August, Tobias Foss and Archie Ryan and Ricky Tello all getting over 1,000 points, and Egan Bernal there as well, just clicking over. But everyone playing their part. A very, very solid season, and 2nd place in the rankings. Very, very much more than I expected. You know, we did bring in Yates, we already had Rodriguez, we still had Bernal this season. You know, there's a strong potential, but I would never imagine that we were going to win the Tour de France as well as the La Vuelta, and of course taking the Strade Bianche with Sheffield as well, and the Dauphiné with Adam Yates. What a fantastic season 2, and much to look forward to in season 3, as we've got, you know, a bunch of new riders coming in as well, guys. And just before we head out of here at season 2, we have to look at our rider of the season, and it is none other than Adam Yates. Who else could we give it to? Yes, maybe it would have been Carlos Rodriguez, but Adam Yates, what a season. A Criterium de Dauphiné, and of course then winning the Tour de France, beating out Pogacar amazingly just by 2 seconds. It's the first Grand Tour of Adam Yates' career. Congratulations to him. That will be another trophy on the mantelpiece, and just what a welcome back to INEOS for Adam Yates. 2 amazing victories, and hopefully more to come. That's going to be it then for season 2, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Make sure you check out part 1 if you haven't already done so, and we will see you in season 3. Get out of here.